Hello guys, welcome to AMA Gamers. This is Golden Moose 1. I'm here in my solo Let's Play world, back in the same building you saw me in the first time. I didn't get to do as much mining as I really wanted, but I found some really cool stuff, which is why I started the episode so soon. As you can see, I did die twice, both times I got my head from my gravestone, so I now have nice door ornaments. If you look, got a little bit of iron, also made an iron pick, one extra iron ingot that I got from a zombie. Dug some uranium, got a bunch more wood, a few copper and tin, a whole bunch of cobblestone. Unfortunately, I didn't really find too many metals where I was digging. But if we go outside, we get to see what this place actually looks like during the daytime, which I find it quite beautiful. All the Botania flowers mixed with the pneumatic craft looks gorgeous. I really like it. I'm really happy that Pneumatic Craft is in this. It's a mod I really didn't get to play with much because it was still fairly new right before I went to this pack. That's another thing right there is the Natura Redwood tree. I did not see that at all last night, and then I was mining and I went out looking for a couple trees around and looking what it was I had around, and I saw that in the distance. That is going to be a huge source of wood later. I could try using like a lumber axe from Tinker's Construct and actually tree capitating that. That would probably lag the game extremely bad, so I'm not gonna do that. But hey, if you ever need wood, if I ever need wood, I have a nice, lovely source of it right there. Also, I have a lot of fruit trees around. I believe this is nutmeg. If I look, yep, nutmeg. Apples over there. I think pears. I can't remember. Some sort of nut, I think, yeah, walnut, pears right here, cherries, whole bunch of stuff, and I'm really excited about that. It's definitely going to be my source of food for a little while until I get a real farm set up. Here we go. And right here was where I was harvesting wood, and I happened to notice, yes, there's a little bit of lava, but also this. This, I saw it on the map first, sees that gray, almost perfect square. I didn't mine any of it. Ooh, here we go, a little bit of parkour. I didn't mine any of it because I wanted to show you all what it is. I don't really know what it is. I would assume it's added by a mod, but it is rich with ores, and I'm quite happy. Ooh, Silverbell, it's a new wood for me. Rich with coal, iron, redstone, lapis. There's a bit of gold at the top, and you can even see right there, there's a diamond block. I don't know if that's the only one. It's the only one I was able to see from my angle that I had earlier. See if I can get up there hopefully without killing myself. Also, I have some plans for a little bit of early automation. I was hoping to use a Mine Factory planter along with a Mine Factory harvester to get a rudimentary tree farm set up. That'd be good to get a lot of wood. Also, you can get a lot of coal that way if you just burn the wood, and it's definitely a net profit if you do it that way, and you can end up really using that as your tree farm for a whole long time. But I like using also a Steve Cart's tree farm. It's a little bit more complicated to do. Oh, there we go, lapis. A little bit more complicated to do. Definitely more resource intensive, but I believe much more worth it. Also, it's kind of cool to watch it just go around, cut all the trees down. It's completely self-sustaining, well, almost completely. Once you get it set up, you just have to check on the blade every now and then to make sure it doesn't break, but it really does last a very long time. You really don't have to watch it very often. Just go check. Hey, you don't have anything, put a bit more hard metal, and you're good for another few hours at least. Yep, just one diamond block at the top of this thing, which is cool. Boom, diamonds. I really would like to go to the Nether. There's a lot of mods, I believe, that affect the Nether. I know Natura has Nether. I'm positive there's some sort of Nether ores mod on this. I'm not actually positive. Well, I'm not positive because I've never been to the Nether in this mod pack. I really hope there's another Nether ores mod pack, because I'd like to put a quarry in the Nether. You can get a lot of really good and rare metals. I know Tinker's Construct has Nether metals, which would be fantastic for making tools out of. I pronounce it Manulin, M-A-N-U-L. Yeah, there we go. Manulin. Maybe it's not how it's pronounced. Oh well, that's how I'm gonna say it. Sorry. But that metal is pretty much the best for making tools out of, unless there's any special metals that I can't think of off the top of my head, but it's pretty much the best. I use it all the time when I can making tools, because it has really high durability, and if you can combine it with the auto repair ball of moss, you don't have to fix it. So you don't really have to. You can use your tools for a really long section at a time, and then just wait a little while for the moss to repair them, and you're good. I'm gonna stop digging this. I'll dig this off camera and get the rest of it. I'm gonna go show you what I found in the mine, which is another reason for starting the episode so soon. Is that I found something that, if I remember correctly, is actually pretty rare. It doesn't usually have. I've never actually seen it in any other world. It was supposed to be a pretty rare drop, and it's supposed to be much lower than what I found it as well. I found it near some lava, which was just under the uranium that I couldn't dig and I stopped digging at last episode. It's just under that, like 2 blocks under that, so really not far at all. Where's my mine? I think it's just over here. Yeah, here it is. Awesome. I really need food. I think these cherries won't last much, but it's better than having nothing at all. I really need to get some seeds and a rudimentary farm set up, and I do plan on doing that quite soon. Because as you can see, I dug all that. There's a few offshoots of where I chase some ore, and my basic tools in the crafting station, since they do not spit objects back out like a crafting table does, so I need to upgrade my one inside. And here is what I found. I found a dropper, which was a little weird. I thought maybe it was a trap at first, and then I looked in. It's the Factorization Manual, which is actually really cool. It's a really good find. Tells you just all about factorization. Miscellaneous nonsense. I've actually never read this thing, but logic matrix programmers, finding those would be that would be a really good find for factorization. I like doing automation with factorization. I've only done some, but as you can see, oh wow, I did not know this lava was here. As you can see, there's a lot of gravel, a lot of tin, iron. Oh, I hear a zombie too. Get my sword ready. There's a Naquata ore. I'm probably saying that wrong. Naquata by Lantia Craft. It's a mod I don't know, but I will definitely teach myself. And also compared with zinc from Flaxbeard Steam Power, which I had said last episode I want to look at. Quite happy those are in here. Also saw something about progressive automation. If I manage to surround myself with lava so I don't get killed by mobs. I'm going to light this up real quick. So if I go here and I go to NEI, and we go to subsets, mod, progressive automation. It's not a lot of stuff. It was a mod jam mod, but the only thing he got done at mod jam was these wooden upgrades, the wooden miner, and the rest of the idea, but he didn't get it implemented. But these will auto dig, and this will dig the ground in a channel right below it, unless you upgrade the range, and then it'll dig around it. This will chop down trees around it. Even though the range was 1, when I tested it, it did what seemed to be like similar to a 5x5 radius. Don't quote me on that. Planter, which only does seeds, which stinks. I was hoping it would do saplings, so I could do a tree farm with these two, combining these two together. A wooden generator, didn't even test that. Doesn't seem like a great source of power. Also, I need an RF engine to even make it. I didn't have the redstone, so I wasn't really worried. Oh my, nearly just jumped into lava. Nope. Oh, okay, we're good. But oh wow, this looks different from this. It looked black over here. Oh, it's just been lighting. But I can't wait to mine a whole lot more. I'll get a whole lot more done, but what I really want to do this episode is really get down to the nitty-gritty and get a rudimentary ore doubling system set up. And I'm going to do that with Applied Energistics to the grinder. Oh no. Oh, sorry, not the grinder, the grindstone. Yeah, there it is. Quartz grindstone. I have to get quartz, which stinks. I don't have quartz. There's a few other ore doubling mechanics that I can think of off the top of my head, but the grindstone is what I was planning on doing, but I actually don't have the quartz for mining because I didn't get to do a lot of mining. So I think I'm going to keep this episode pretty short and wrap it up in a little bit. But I definitely want to show off my plans. I think I might actually keep this house for quite some time. Maybe upgrade it, maybe change it, but I really love this location. Oh, the sun's going down. I really love this location. All these fruit trees around, all these flowers are beautiful, and I could, of course, replant them if I really wanted to wherever I go. Right next to a source of water, which is great to sugar cane by. The redwood trees are nearby, which makes me happy, because that's just an impressive sight, even when it's all foggy like that. That thing's huge. I might actually turn that into a treehouse. That's one idea I have. Just as like a spare base, or maybe do some of the magic mods there at that base. Keep them away from my nice lovely home. I did have a creeper attack. Yeah, actually 2 creepers back to back. He didn't make as big of a hole. Well, yeah, he did, once I look at it. But they blew up a little bit of the house. Whatever. I'm going to build my own eventually anyway. But I like it here. I'm going to probably put a farm, level a lot of this out. Definitely fill in this sewage. I'm pretty positive this is sewage, which is gross. Let me just imagine living next to a big vat of sewage. It doesn't sound lovely, does it? But I'm gonna fill that in. I'm gonna turn this whole area into a big farm. For Nomadicraft. Oh gosh, I was too busy talking. Didn't realize it was nighttime. And through that farm, I'm gonna have plenty of food to live off of. Also, I mean, even these fruit trees are providing enough for right now, as long as I don't do anything crazy. There will be an episode in the future where I go exploring around instead of staying in this nice little area. But hey, you know, it's safe, relatively, as long as I don't stay outside and do dumb things, like wait outside all night and wait for monsters to hurt me. Like, you know, proof right there, the monsters can kill you. It's, oh, jeez, now I have to kill him. Oh no, oh, barley, that is a great find. I probably skipped right over it earlier. I really like barley because it's just like wheat, normally is. You know, just take it, at least in this mod pack, and take it in barley flour and then cook that up straight into bread. And, you know, so, you know, 1-to-1 for bread. You just gotta cook it, which isn't that bad. But, in my experience, it grows much, much, much faster than wheat ever does. So you can get a lot of it pretty quickly. It's a pretty good source to live off of. But then you have to take in account that mod Spice of Life, which eaten once out of last 8 foods. You know, you see that and that reminds you, oh yeah, I can't just eat bread over and over, which stinks. Because, and as you just saw, that was at 70 something, now it's at 48, just because I've eaten it twice. But it kind of stinks because I can't really just live off bread. I have to immediately start some reasonable source of food, and I did do the 3 into bread because I don't feel like cooking it right now. But I have to start a reasonable source of food, a varied food. You know, I've got a little bit of mutton from the sheep last time, but if I don't vary my food quickly, I will probably starve to death because I will just not have enough food to keep me going because of diminishing returns. And if that happens, then, you know, it's just going to keep happening until I get that system set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up the episode here. I'm going to sleep first, actually. I'm going to mine a whole bunch more. If I find anything extra, I'll probably review it next episode. I won't actually start a whole new episode just to show off some new stuff I found. Sorry. Definitely will get maybe a small farm going. You know, just punch a whole bunch of leaves off camera. Just go crazy. And I'll mine a whole bunch. I'll get a bunch of buckets, get the farm set up, maybe even get the grindstone set up, double ores. I did dig a lot of, sorry, that's a mouthful, a lot of gravel ore, not gravel ore, but gravel down while I was mining. It's close to 2 stacks, I think. Here we go. Yeah, okay, 1.5 stacks. And that will help me get my smeltery on the way. I have sand. If you look on the map, there's sand beaches all across the place that I can gather sand at. I do have to search for clay still, which stinks. But if I get all those 3 materials, I can start on my smeltery. And is that clay right there? Ooh, what is that? A salt block from Mechanism. That's something new to me. I've never actually seen that before. Here we go. We can look what it's used for using NEI. So I can turn it back into salt blocks, which is not useful. I can turn it into gaseous brine. That's something way in the future. I don't really have to worry about that at all. It's not item dictionaried with anything except itself. Oh, wow. So, okay, so it's pretty useless to me right now. In the future, that brine will be pretty useful. Yeah, oh, perfect. Clay already. I'll have to remember where that's at because I don't have a shovel, and I don't feel like digging that by hand. But I'll get the smeltery set up, or at least hopefully set up. I like to get 3 stacks of sand, gravel, and clay each. That usually gives me plenty of grout and then therefore seared bricks to start my smeltery on the size I like it. I can start making some tinker's tools, at least some basic ones, and then I will have a pretty good setup to do a lot more mining and a lot more uh, factoring and automating things, which I love doing. I love automating things. I like automating almost every process, like even something simple like harvesting sugarcane, which you just punch and pick it up. I would love to just automate that, probably like a computer craft turtle or something, if that's even in this. It's not. Okay, I'll have to think of another method. I've always used turtles in the past, but it's something simple. Well, not simple. It's a simple task that can be done, completely automated, sent to my chest, which brings up another point. I need to get a sorting system already going, because one, just having a whole bunch of chests full of random stuff is not a good idea. But I'm going to stop blabbering. I'm going to get the episode wrapped up. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. This has been GoldieMoose1. Adios.